Okay, when you're staining the deck and you're doing the balusters, we're using a commercial sprayer. You can buy one of these right at Home Depot, or you can rent it. And what we're trying to do is avoid, a million dips in a bucket. And what we'll do is we'll pass the sprayer along. We'll put a sheet on the other side so we don't get over splatter. And we'll pass the sprayer, and then we'll take each individual baluster and just start combing them down with a rag and just blending it in, coming around with a rag, polishing it up, getting all the excess off. That's the fastest way to put it on there. And then when it comes to the actual surface or the deck area, you can see some of it's stained and some of it's not. And we have Joe over here continuing. So we'll take a look at how he's applying the stain. The easiest way I could tell you, some guys roll it, some guys don't. The problem is you have to get in between the boards or else it'll show and stand out. So what we're using is, let's see that thing you're using there. That's just a little finger sponge type thing. Seems to get into the cracks very well. And that does the edges of the board. And if you notice, Joe's going with the grain of the wood. He's just putting a puddle on it, polishing it back and forth. When it's blended, it just wipes off the excess and runs down to the next board. You could do 2-3 boards at a time. But the idea is to have an even blend. In this area, you can see this is completed here. Obviously over there is not yet. But you can see how there's an even blend and an even color. And this particular coating is a cedar tone, which is almost the same as a natural. And what that does is that really accentuates and highlights the knots in the cedar. So we'll take a look at it later once it's all finished. Okay, so this is the final deck, fully stained out. Nice and even blend. A lot of work. You will use a rag, you'll use a sponge brush, you will use a sprayer. But in the all, comes out very nice. And that's your finished product. This is a cedar deck over a pressure treated frame. And of course you can't see any of it, it's all hidden through. Let me back up a little bit here. Got a little blurry picture going here. So the stain we used here is CWF. It's a good product, semi-transparent. This is a cedar tone, again, which is almost just like a natural tone. It's got a little bit more of a deeper base, but this will lighten up a little bit more. And you can see the profile. Now when we do our decks, we try to keep a profile here. Code is not more than a 4-inch baluster spacing. So what we try to do, if you look at the bottom, we do this a little bit different than a lot of new construction builders. They'll strap balusters right down to the actual box plate, and that really kind of looks crappy. And you also can't sweep it off, and you can't push snow off of it either. So this works out good. That gap between the bottom rail and the decking is actually 3.5 inches. So what we did a little differently here is we ran a skirt panel all the way around, and we utilized, okay, on this particular deck, we decided to close the bottom with the same boards that we use for top board, 5/4 by 6. Okay, and that gives it a nice effect all the way around. Also keeps the squirrels and the rabbits out. Keeps it clean. Thanks for watching.